CFR Network, CFR Sports, welcome back. And thank you to One Championship and all of the athletes. This is part 2. I'm going to continue to do these pre-records rather than doing the lives because it's always some stupid stuff that happens. But what a way to start off the Gregorian year of 2022. One Championship hit it out of the box. Where do we start? Let's just go top to bottom. Let's go top to bottom. Champ retained her strap. Strawweight champ, the panda, Jingnan. Total dominant performance. Very similar to her last title defense. And very much a striker versus grappler. Obviously, the last one was more of a jiu-jitsu specialist versus the most recent opponents. Yeah. Very tough, durable. There was a lot of sort of talk about her breaking Jingnan's arm in that scarfold kind of maneuver. Didn't materialize. She was chasing the takedown constantly. Didn't materialize at all. And Nan has wiped out the division. She's didn't look as good as she can look. You know, she hasn't had a knockout since 2019, but she's still a very dominant champion. It was going to be interesting to see what is in store. She's going to jump up. I'm sure she said something about jumping up and challenging Angela Lee, or the winner of Stamp and Angela Lee. That's going to be interesting. That would most definitely be interesting to see. But yeah, congratulations to the reigning, defending champion, Zhang Jingnan. Very talented. And I'm looking forward to seeing her compete at least. Well, we got the Stamp fight next. Let's see, grand champion, tournament champion versus the strawweight world one champion. Let's see how that goes down. And huge upset, catchweight, Muay Thai fight. Simpek took on Tawachai. Both of these athletes have an extensive record and are knockout artists in very different ways as well. Simpek is more, I would say, is more powerful, and Tawachai is a lot more technical. And what a performance. I did not expect a first round KO. It was beautiful violence. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. And I'm not saying that because it was, a lucky punch or something like that, or, he did what he was supposed to do. He was on some FSU thing, came in and dispatched us Semapatch very quickly. I think, well, I know it was a shock to everybody. And I think, as I say, I think there's going to be a title matchup next for Tawachai. But as I say, run that back. And Chaudhary, that needs to be done again, 100%. I was expecting that to go into the second, maybe even third round. But yeah, man, very impressed. James Nakashami, lightweight division, mixed martial arts. Shagid Izagaya Mayev, who is Khabib's protege, made his one championship debut, and what a debut it was. First round, very much a striking battle up until I'd say a minute or just under a minute of the last part of that round. Izagak Mayev scored a takedown, was very dominant, landing some heavy ground and pounds. Second round came out, total domination. James overcommitted a little some, nice little takedown, and from there it was pretty much academic. We've definitely got ourselves a contender. And there was talks of, obviously, he hasn't really faced anybody in Russia, etc., etc. Which may be true, but clearly not in regards to that performance. Not much damage was taken, so we've got some cards lined up. I'm pretty sure we can mix and match and get this guy another fight very quickly, I think. Yeah, we got some problems in the lightweight division. Strawweight Muay Thai, most controversial fight of the card. Supergirl, Thailand won a very, 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 very controversial split decision. Clearly won the first round. Second round was a total blowout for Katrina, who landed like a 25 plus punch combo. My only criticism of that flurry is very much looping shots, no uppercuts, no body shots. I think based upon how hurt Supergirl was, if she was a bit more selective with the punch combinations, she could have took her out there in that second round even. Third round comes around, and it's a very bit much like, how's Supergirl going to be? Because, Olivier Coste was talking to her, saying something, and she came out and she had a second wind of sorts, and it was a competitive fight for the third round. But overall, Katrina won the first. She won the third round. Supergirl, sorry, Katrina won the second, and she won the third. Supergirl only won the first round. Its third round was close. I will give it that, but there's no way. And the second round was a 10-8 for Katrina. So the second defeat in a row, a lot more controversial. Reference her defeat. Jackie Boutin one was a lot more closer. I think that was a split decision as well. But yeah, very disappointing. I think all the crowd, most people on social media thought that she had won. Supergirl's tough, man. She took a flipping beating, man. She took an absolute beating, but she was lucky in the judge's eyes and sneaked out that decision. And yeah, disappointing, but very much looking forward to seeing what Katrina has next. And here the comeback fight of the night was from Aikida, veteran. Was very competitive throughout the fight, but was being outstruck and taken down by Sirigar. Third round, the vet came out with some nasty, nasty body shots. I think it was a liver shot he got in with him in the end. Ultimately folded him. So 50,000 goes to Aikida. And yeah, excellent performance. I think he's coming off, was 2 in a row victory, is it? Possibly. I can't remember. But yeah, very impressed with that. And that was at strawweight. Lightweight kickboxing. Isaev, aka Tim Kennedy's little brother, welcomed another one championship debut. I can't pronounce his name, but he goes by Hercules. And it was a very quick knockout. It was it was a minute plus. We're trading leg kicks back and forth, and then they both landed, but Hercules had the power. And they both he kind of stumbled straight down, but Isaev just went straight down, and that is It's excellent performance, excellent debut. Was not expecting that at all. I thought that would have went a lot more. But yeah, definitely check that out, man. uh, Tiffany Teo. Um, she did the thing, coming off a 2-fight losing streak, second round submission. She looked a lot more sharper. She did challenge for the strawweight strap before. Singapore versus China, got the victory. The bantamweight, jumping straight to the bantamweight middle MMA fight, which kicked off the card. Troy Worthen. Um, Last time I saw him fight was against Lineker, and he looked pretty good. He looked very good, and his wrestling is supposed to be excellent. Or Saru, if that's the right pronunciation, apologies. Um, he's real good, man, and he's got a gas tank, man. Very technical, good pretty much everywhere. Third round submission. Crazy. It was an interesting, wasn't yeah, it was an interesting little exchange, man. I thought Troy would have done a little bit more, would have been a bit more competitive, but he lasted up to the third round ultimately. Um, but yes, we've got 1X coming out. We've got another 2 events as well. Is it 2 events in between that? Yeah. What a way to kick off 2022. If you haven't already watched it, download the one app. If you're on YouTube, depending where you are, you can watch it on there. But yes, this was a good way to start off the new year. UFC is coming off as well. Let's see how those cards compare. UFC Fight Night versus a One Championship event. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.